naghabol yung Signal Ultra na feel nila na lalamang na sila eh. Sa sobrang haba ng laban, tumagal siya enough na nag-respawn na si Saksa and the timing couldn't be more perfect. Nakita mo dito yung, tignan mo mula just 1 second or 2 seconds, nandun na siya sa laban at na-push niya yung overextension ng Ultra, putting him into more kills. Na-shutdown niya yung important heroes. At hindi lang yan yung moment na ginawa niya to. Eventually, sa mga susunod na laban, nakukuha niya yung tamang heroes. Like this. He went for the Lancelot, kung saan tapos na yung gulo. And again, yung Signal Ultra, even when they have the better team fight, bakit sila natatalo? Because they don't have the timing. Timing for Archangel Esports ang napaka-importante. Escalera, napakagandang galawan din mula sa Valir na to. Tamang searing torrents, tamang flicker, tamang positioning. And in this last team fight, it is again Saksa with the right timing. Imagine kung hindi nauna si Saksa dito, hindi sila mananalo. By the way, Yasuo tagged the Hilda with his Masha. Very well done. And this is also yung espadahan na nakita natin na medyo lugi na rin talaga yung Lancelot. Honestly speaking, who is the MVP of this game? It's gonna be Saksa, the smart MVP of the game. And hindi ako magrereklamo. For sure, napakaganda no kanyang performance. Hindi lang kasi sa paggamit niya dun sa link, dun sa timing kung kailan siya papasok sa laban. Only that once in a game na sobrang close. Kung saan yung mga kalaban niya may Kufra na dapat kontra kanya. Merong Farsa na pwede mag-burst sa kanya. Hilda that can destroy him in one fell swoop, pero hindi. Isang beses lang siyang namatay. That is how you know that a Link player is good. And obviously, ang Archangel Esports dito ay nanalo dahil sa kanilang malupit na decision making over Signal Ultra. But then again, this is Signal Ultra.
Like, we're gonna go into the draft obviously right away, but we will see some mix banned out for sure. Like example that Popol and Koopa just made that game so difficult, so automatically banned out by Signal.
I guess that the Ling was just the better pick at that point. Like if you would notice how much melee presence there is on the side of Signal Ultra, it was a no-brainer that there were a lot of people catch within the Tempest of Blades, and it was just a matter of catching out the Ling. I feel that in terms of mobility, you really have to give it up to the Ling, because the thing is, Ling with his prowess and with his parkour skills, he can just go back and forth inside a certain area, and there were things that he did really well. Like he noticed when not to fight, and Wolf said this already, but I cannot emphasize how important that is, especially when you're a core and you really need to take care of yourself as to not lose the game.
So the cores are going to be the biggest problems here, obviously. But the biggest problem core that we're talking about here is Signal. Look at the pick that they have already, the Yuzong. So this is going to be the big problem. Can you get rid of this Yuzong? It's a completely different story, and I like Yuzong against these things. I like Yuzong against the FAMs. More health to steal just means more time for me to go online, right? And if I can catch the Selena, if I can dodge Selena arrow, I'm in for a good time. I can fight them. So many things that can go wrong here for Signal, for Archangel because of this Yuzong. But I want to see the follow-up picks. Can they make a good lineup around this? Because this looks very familiar.
Mm-hmm. Bensanity and Tusjin, they are gonna aim for that Esmeralda and Atlas pickup, because I think it's a good way to utilize the Falling Star mood. It will give them enough time to just take down everyone, and especially when the Atlas uses the Fatal Links, Falling Star Moon, probably a knockup by Yuzong. That's enough time for you to go on Facebook and post like, okay, that stuff is broken on your timeline. Then you just go back into the game, and you will still be disabled.
That's right. 3 big time disables picked up by Signal Ultra. That means they telegraphed their strategy already, right? That they're gonna go for a full wombo combo. They need to be together. They need to death ball. I wonder if Archangel picked that up here in this one because for now there's still a lot of answers for Archangel. They have the pushback. So uh, a good Valier push can disrupt the chain combo, the chain crowd control that I think is the plan here for Signal Ultra. And we're still not done with the picks yet. Again, we on the next bans. No more Kufra. Man, Kufra might have been a bit crazy here for Signal if they picked it up.
I like the carry. I had the carry in mind for
To
like
deal
some time.
with Yuzong, right?
Yeah. I was mainly thinking on how they would beat this. But right now they went straight for the Lancelot, and that only means that they were really trying to bait AA here into picking this carry because they wanted to pick a hero that will just take care of this carry in one fell swoop.
And that's the Lance.
Not the Lancelot. But
And
this is one of the picks that we are about to see. This is not new. It
Yep.
has been done before, but right now for season 6, it's the first time that he is getting picked. Signal Ultra pulling something out of the bag here. They went straight for that Cyclops.
like before the patch, we were already talking about the Cyclops in the first place, right? And a lot of me and a lot of people were already expecting this to be picked up as well because again, if you're gonna have some squishy heroes on the enemy team, like the one like what you mentioned, they baited Saksa on the carry. Let's go for Cyclops. This is a surefire way to deal with it. Just because of that, that might be the big problem that Archangel Esports encounters here. This Cyclops, who just got aside buff, obviously a lot of the usual picks that deal with Cyclops also are not picked a lot anymore. That's also a reason why it's super viable now. And you can't laugh at this pick anymore. You used to do that maybe in season 4, season 5, but in season 6, you gotta be prepared for anything that Cyclops has to offer.
And yeah, this is I don't know, man. I'm expecting a lot from Signal Ultra. And this is what I was saying about the game number 3 being the only way to end this series for me. This is a really good series. We really need to see how this game would pan out. We have a good draft. Both teams making the most out of what they were given. The Link was banned out. The Lancelot's still here. You just have to give it up for their drafts. They have really strong drafts. And right now, let's head in to Signal Ultra versus Archangel Esports game number 2.
There you go. Again, as you mentioned, both of these drafts are super solid. I cannot really just say that, oh man, that was a great counter pick, Signal Ultra. They're gonna win this. No, there's still a question of whether or not they can pull it off. But again, talking that Imba DJ is the one controlling the Cyclops, still there's very little doubt in my mind that it will be used efficiently. But can Archangel counterplay? Because it's not always just about the draft. It's about how you can find ways to deal with the cards that have been given to you. And in this case, you're given a hard counter to a very marksman. And there's a good reason why marksmen are not picked up a lot here in Season 6, right? And we might find that out here in this game.
Escalera with his Valier is really happy with this hero. He's not gonna change this hero anytime soon. He's really good with the Valier.
Yep.
I actually feel that he's a former jeepney driver, right?
Yeah, he is.
For those international viewers who don't know about jeepney, we have this thing here for transportation, and it accommodates like 80 people. It's like public utility jeep that we have, and Escalera was a driver of that. And this just goes to show that Mobile Legends is really for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's doing really good, man. He's doing really good.
You cannot differentiate this guy from the usual pro players that we have in the previous seasons, right? He plays like a boss, and that just goes to show, right? Mobile Legends doesn't matter who you are, what you do. You, as long as you perform well, there is gonna be a spot for you, and that's what's happening here right now.
Oh my goodness, Hades there, dropping the ball a bit. Escalera showed us the cone technique from game number 1. It was actually was that Ison who showed us the to Coom technique for game number 2 or Yasuo? Not I don't really
Yeah.
remember.
All I can
There
remember
was
is
some,
that, as,
there was some cone action there.
yeah. I think that was Yasuo on that, what do you call that? That,
Comes.
yeah, exactly. I think he was the one who got played there with the cone technique that you mentioned. And that's just knowing each pixel of your skill and how do you use it, the timing on the use it, and whether or not you can survive. That is just pure game sense
I,
that
I
you
would
mentioned.
I would have to say that Group A is actually the group of death for this qualifier. Like you have Signal Ultra, you have Sinag, you have Hackdog, then you have the trying to make it into MPL. And tomorrow we do have our crowd favorites NXP solid playing. What's the other teams? Ifios and the others. We will
Yep.
update you about that later.
Yep.
Before we end the stream. But Yasuo here is the target. Imba DJ really just using this Cyclops in a very convincing fashion.
Yep, and that's what I mentioned before. I mean, he's not even hunting Saksa at this point. He's just letting Saksa be himself. And but what he's doing, he's trying to enable the rest of the team. You can go for Escalera. He's also a bit squishy your target. But since the ultimates are on cooldown right now, they just don't want to go for fights. And now that's something Archangel is trying to take advantage of with KK and of course Ison.
Mm-hmm. A lot of things to consider. Archangel Esports just one game away from securing the grand finals, the final slot, not the grand finals, but the final slot for this qualifiers. And if they make it in, they will just wait for their enemies on the top, and they would actually just head straight to the qualifying match of the MPL Season 6. Imba DJ here almost getting caught out. That could have been a stun. That could have been a kill on the Cyclops. Oh, that pick off, that proper timing, that
Out of
position
nowhere.
coming out here from Davies, just showing us how it's done on the Lancelot.
So far so good here. I think Signal Ultra, despite being a little bit behind in terms of tempo here, I feel like they're getting each and every important target. Like if you're gonna get this turtle, that's also just all you need. Give Hades the turtle. He can do a lot. Doesn't even need too many items. He can just spam the skills, and the turtle buff will do the rest. And now the ultimate going on. Rhea could do a lot of damage here for Yasuo. Like I mentioned, this is gonna be a difficult fight for him to win. It's a
And the stolen by Escalera. Signal Ultra having full control over gives full control over their buffs, and Saka has one kill on his belt. It's just that it's about time that Signal Ultra goes for the rotations, and he's probably the next target for those rotations.
Yep. So Saksa, you got to get ready. I mean, they just have to get ready here in this one. Saksa, this is the normal Saksa I've been seeing for the past few. He has been just on the. He doesn't go for fights that he knows he cannot take, and that's the reason why you will see him usually just trying to get those minion waves. They don't care if they don't like do a lot of hero damage, but as long as they can get gold. They're going for what's important, and I think that's actually pretty smart. Now on the bottom lane, Signal will get that tower, no contest whatsoever. More gold coming over to the blue side here with a free K in favor of Signal, and because that tank just disappeared, that evaporated.
Oh
That
my
high
goodness. And look at that dragon just flying up and down, up and down. KK here will be the next target. That dragon form on Rhea. Let's see what they can do here. Okay. Not much. Not much.
Yep,
But
not much.
at least he can force them back to the base.
Yeah, Tusjin was on the top lane alongside Imbadije, just working on the towers and the minion waves, just so that they can have a good push in case Archangel finds one good pick. But for now, Signal Ultra still will be going over this hurdle, and that's a big buff once more to Hades.
Mm-hmm. Hades is just, I don't know. Uh, he's probably finding his rhythm right now. I didn't see his rhythm like on game number one. It was just the one-sided Archangel show. But right now, Signal Ultra here, they're just showing you how it's done. They've done this time and again. But right now, look at this. Our drone view is here. Eason and the others, Imba DJ, just trying to run for his life. Saksa here just being the hunter that he is. He doesn't have the killing spree, but look at this, the damage output actually pushing Saksa back. And Saksa, will he get the kill? That is the question. He pops the ultimate to get out, and with that Phantom Step, that's going to be enough damage.
Yep, and the damage on the top lane is already done as well. The super split push Esmeralda. Oh man, the itemization of the Yuzong is actually way done. Hades hunting down! Stop!
Cyclops won't be able to do that.
That's true. And because of the buffs to Cyclops and again the lack of any big counters, has really given us a lot of hope that this will be picked in Season 6, and yeah, we were not disappointed. And it's a 10-5 on the kill score, not that far ahead, but Signal Ultra is 6,000 gold leading, and that is something that they can definitely use considering they want to go for the big Yuzong play. That is not the Yuzong funnel this time, but it will be a bit the shared a little bit with Hades and as well as Tusjin, right? So it's a bit of a more non-funnel lineup, but it's definitely showing to be effective here in this one, Butters.
Mm-hmm. And Rhea just spearheading this Lord take Hades. They have enough damage. I don't think that they could go for the steal. The players from side of Archangel here are just way too far from that Lord Pit. Yuzong trying to go for Valir, but Valir just running away from the dragon.
What a gold spike coming here from Signal Ultra as well. They're just on a roll, and it kind of makes you wonder what's going on in the minds of Archangel right now. Like, are they gonna try to go head to head on the Lord take while the Lord is going for their towers? Are they gonna try to pick off Imba DJ or Hades? Like, I hope Ben Sandy has his mind made up already, because they need to make that decision in the blink of an eye, and they have a very small window to do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Just seeing how they're trying to win this, the Lord is pushing it at the bottom lane. Nobody's pushing with the Lord, and they're just trying to take as much turrets as possible. Okay, that is a good move. But right now, I don't think that this Lord is going to be a problem just because they have the carry. And as we all know, carry is a good Lord. It doesn't really matter for a carry if you have a Lord on your side. You can just shred it down fast. And look at this. They might not even be able to this third turret onto the bottom lane, but onto the backside. They actually go straight for carry, and carry here still alive. Escalera with the pushback. Hades here with the help, and thus Jin trying to catch out this carry. Carry will go down, and this is going to be it. Game number 2. Going to the side of Signal Ultra, our first best of 3. Our first game 3 of the series will happen. Signal Ultra, man, forcing this to a game number 3. Rock